With the Bulls front office in the honeymoon stage of this relationship with their big three, let's talk about how they could actually turn this team into a serious playoff contender come next season. I'm your host, Joey Mercer. This is another episode of Bulls Digest, and before we get into it there today, I do want to say that about 76% of you that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. So if you aren't already subscribed, make sure to go down below and hit that subscribe button and join the best Bulls community here on YouTube or any platform for that matter. We'll keep you up to date with everything that you need to know. And as this season ticks down, what better time than join the community? Lots of stuff going on here. Lots of content coming out. Community posts. Everything that you want will be here for you on Bulls Digest in the very near future. So without further ado, we'll get into the topic that we got to talk about there today, being, is this their master plan? Now, we discussed earlier in last video, which was actually uploaded earlier today, so you're getting two today. I'm spoiling you, of course. And then you can see that it said in that last one that the Bulls may make the lottery, they may not. Are they going to fight for the play-in? Will they make the playoffs? Lots of different decisions to be made there on what the Bulls should be doing. Well, regardless of what situation happens after this season, this is exactly what they could take on this offseason to improve their team. This article was, however, from Zach Buckley of Bleacher Report saying, hypothetical Bulls trades to boost pursuit of 2025 NBA title. Now, Zach Buckley, got to take everything with a grain of salt, especially from Bleacher Report. Zach Buckley hasn't always been on pace, but we will give our own takes here on Bulls Digest, and I want you at home to make your own as well. So we'll get into the start of that article being snagging a defensive stopper. Now, they do have the picture there of Jonathan Isaac when he's next to Torrey Craig. If they could get somebody like that, that would be very solid. Jonathan Isaac's injuries, of course, not exactly something that you are happy with, but if he can stay healthy, it's a very solid player to get. Let's just see exactly what Buckley had to say. Chicago's front office has received plenty of criticism of late, and a lot it is warranted. Credit the Bulls brass for at least one thing, though. Not overreacting to their surprise finish at number 5 in defensive efficiency last season, per NBA.com. That number always felt a little fluky given their offensive-leaning personnel, and Chicago's best decision-makers agreed it didn't pass the smell test. That's why the Bulls based their 2023 external offseason activity around the defensive end, adding Jevon Carter, Torrey Craig, and in free agency, and trading into the draft for Julian Phillips. All very solid defensive pieces, of course, but as of right now, the Bulls are sitting in a spot where they're not exactly the happiest to be in. Those additions haven't prevented what always felt like the inevitable regression of this defense, though, which now ranks just 19th in efficiency. That's why the Bulls should still be in the market for more stoppers, especially a hyperactive, all-purpose defender like Orlando Magic swingman Jonathan Isaac. He has played in a big part in the ascension of Orlando's defense, but given his lengthy injury history, you wonder whether the Magic want to keep relying on him going forward. They desperately need more offense too, so it feels like they might be one of the few teams actually interested in Lavine, if there is a blockbuster deal to be made, of course, between the teams. The Bulls would be wise to want Isaac included in it. And if you're giving up Lavine for Isaac, I'm okay with it. At this point in time, I would give up Lavine for almost anything. I really don't rely on him. I don't think he really relates to winning for the Bulls in any way, shape, or form. And he does have a lengthy injury history as well. So this gamble would make a lot of sense for the Bulls if that's the direction they wanted to go in. Getting more athletic in the middle. And you can see Mitchell Robinson there. Chicago's good size up front with Vooch and Andre Drummond, but there's hardly any bounce between the two bigs. An aggressive deal for Mitchell Robinson, who's perhaps been made expendable by the rise of Isaiah Hartenstein, would change that in an instant. Robinson possessed the kind of hops you almost never see in a 7-footer, and he routinely puts it to good use as a shot blocker, glass cleaner, and above-the-rim finisher. He's had his share of injury issues, though, and the New York Knicks could conceivably be willing to let him go if they plan on paying what it takes to bring Hartenstein back as an unrestricted free agent. A straight-up swap with Vooch and Robinson wouldn't do much for the Bockers, but a 3-team deal that sends Vooch elsewhere and delivers assets to New York, probably including at least one first, second-round pick from Chicago, could work. Now, I don't necessarily agree with that. I do think that Vooch's value is still much higher than Mitchell Robinson's. Obviously, he's not the defender or shot blocker that he is, but he's so much better of an offensive player. Mitchell Robinson's very efficient, but a lot of that has to do with the defense coming to play help on other scores, such as Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, even a Josh Hart or a Dante DiVincenzo in that matter. And then you're dishing the ball down to Mitchell Robinson. It's a whole lot of dunks and layups. That's why he shoots so well from the field. He's not an offensive threat, and he's really not that quick overall either. He does have some leaping ability, but his overall stamina has been a big issue for him throughout his career. It has improved as of late, but the injuries certainly haven't. So there's a big question mark there on that one as well. Now, adding an impact wing, and we can see Jeremy Grant there. Would that be the route to go? The Bulls don't have a ton of assets to throw around, and with 3 of their top 6 rotation players, Vucevic, DeMar DeRozan, Alex Caruso in their 30s, they should be cautious about giving up first-round picks that wouldn't convey until way into the future. That limits Chicago's buying power, which is kind of a big deal considering the degree of upgrade this group needs to contend. The Bulls need to find a really good player who wouldn't command a really good player price in a trade. Why not Jeremy Grant? The second Damian Lillard decided he was done with the Portland Trail Blazers, Grant immediately looked overpaid and out of place. The 30-year-old isn't quite finished with the first season of a 5-year, $160 million deal he signed last summer. That's a massive amount of money for someone who never quite made it to stardom. Portland wouldn't just give him away, but it would have to factor that contract into its expected return. So protected future first could potentially headline the package to get Grant if the Bulls had the right sweeteners in that exchange. It would be a risk, but if Chicago really wants this core to break through, a high-end two-way forward like Grant might be its best hope for doing so. And once again, I am a little bit skeptical. The contract's not great. I feel like we could be locked into something for long term that isn't exactly what the Bulls should get themselves into. Overall, these 3 trades, I don't agree with. I mean, I do think it's better just stay put over those guys. There's some other names that we're going to talk about in other videos. I really wanted to bring this one to you here today, as it was definitely popping online, showing some more interest, and a lot of people were kind of wondering why. Well, I wanted to break that down for you here on Bulls Digest. Let me know what you thought about that down below in the comment section below. And speaking of comments, actually, we're running a new contest here on Bulls Digest. We're starting at this video. Yes, this video today. I will make a community post of that as well so you can stay up to date. We will be selecting a random comment after X amount of time. We will decide when that is going to end. It could be at the end of the Bulls' actual season. We'll have to see. We'll have to keep in touch with that. But the winner of that randomly selected comment that we will post in a video will be the winner of a $20 Amazon gift card. Just trying to give back to some of you guys. You've done so much for us here on Bulls Digest that it means a lot that you've been here to support us throughout the way. So make sure to win that one as well. You do have to like the video that you commented on. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, and obviously it will be selected from that comment randomly. No favorites here. Obviously, everybody has a fair chance of doing this. Just make sure to like the video that you commented on, comment on that video, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. And that's how you're going to win that $20 Amazon gift card. So this has been it for this episode of Bulls Digest. However, make sure that you do go down below and do that if you're interested in entering that giveaway for sure. And I'll see you all in the next one. Sign out.